Check me out, I think the tables done turned. Forget the bridge we done built, this time I let them all burn. They tried to count me out.
Even with Tom Brady gone in 2020, the Jets still couldn't beat the Patriots. New York has dropped 10 straight to New England, but they'll try to turn the plane around next.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium, and here in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the New England Patriots. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. The return man, Ty Johnson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they're led out by the former number 2 overall pick from Oregon in his 7th season now. It's Marcus Mariota.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Throwing is Mariota. Completes it to Davis. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Mariota's throw taken in there by Crowder. And this call out before getting it inside the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Mariota. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cole. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal coming up as he's out of bounds right around the 5-yard line.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Mariota. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Patriot offense ready for their first drive, led by Mac Jones, the Heisman Trophy finalist and 15th overall selection this spring from Alabama.
And he's the latest in a line of Alabama quarterbacks that are potential NFL starters. Sat behind Tua Tagovailoa patiently, waiting his turn, and in 1 year as a starter, exploded on the scene. 41 touchdown passes to just 4 interceptions, 77% completion percentage. He had it going. Alabama won a national title, and now here he is getting his shot in the NFL.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the give, this is Harris. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. They hand this off to Harris. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Patriots send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up third down. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this is caught. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And you think on third down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. Extra point splits the uprights. It's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Jones. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
These two teams, Charles, the Jets and the Patriots, great rivals in the AFC. It's going back to the beginning of the Super Bowl. It's been a long time. Now, of course, in the recent memory, the Patriots, they have dominated, and that's capital D dominated. But, you know, change comes eventually, and the Jets, they've got a new coach, new quarterback. This rivalry, you feel like it could get very interesting again in a hurry.
Absolutely, because as we learned in 2020, it's no longer Tom Brady is guaranteed to win the division because he's no longer there. And we saw Buffalo take command in 2020. So this division, more open than it's been for the last 20 years or so.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Jets set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Mariota. He'll drop that down to Carter underneath. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. This defense for the Pats, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Flush to his right. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a 1st down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
This defense for the Patriots, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And he finds Tyler Kroft. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Patriots, Gunnar Olszewski.
Let's go!
And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. This is Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have a Patriots 1st down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. 7 yards to pick up there. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Isaiah Coulter, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. And by most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay, and early on, it's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity? Did he handle the huddle? Those types of things. That's what people are looking for.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, just like last play.
And that's a run characteristic of Damian Harris. When he touches it, he gets not what's just blocked, but he gets a few more yards as well. He's been dinged up his first 2 years with the Patriots, only 10 starts a year ago. But you have to believe that this coaching staff thinks that he's capable of bigger and better things.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Harris. There's the stiff arm, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
It's brought in by Harris. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Looking to throw. Jones. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. His first career touchdown pass, and you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw, Mariota. And the grab by Croft. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just out past the 25 and no further. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it. Forced out to his left. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a 1st down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. To throw is Mariota. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Mariota now. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. New England's offense set to go. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. For Mac Jones, accuracy was more his calling card when folks were taking stock of the 2021 draft. But he's got a big arm as well, and he shows it off there.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Down right around the 25. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd and 9, Jones. He gets it complete to Harris. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. New England on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Off play action. Jones. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. This has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Marcus Mariota and the offense heading back out for their next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Here's a give to Carter. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. This one caught by Crowder. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Caught right side, Davis. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And finding Keelan Cole. And he is going to have the Jets first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On the screen, this is Coleman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Second and 12. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mariota. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Dietrich Wise with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is a beauty as that ball is going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, and it's the Broncos who are out in front. Cortland Sutton, a touchdown reception. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Jameis Winston has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Carson Wentz with a touchdown pass there. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for New England. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Jets, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 22.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 20.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quentin Williams forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Back to throw. Jones. That's going to be caught by Coulter. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now it's Crowder. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Time to look now with our spotlight at the quarterback, Marcus Mariota. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. A handoff for Carter. And he stopped immediately there. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Carter. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Come on, let's go.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Patriots take over. New England trying to get a place on offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Carl Lawson signed with the New York Jets in March of 2021 after 5.5 sacks with Cincinnati in the 2020 season. He was a 3-down player for the first time in his career last year. Now he gets to work with new Jets head coach Robert Saleh, hoping to double those numbers and getting the quarterback on the ground.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A first down throw for Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Dietrich Wise Jr. able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football, CD. That's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mariota. This one caught by Davis. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Mariota. The throw taken in by Cole. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On 2nd down, this is Harris. Shedding through the defense. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Carl Lawson picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
From the gun, it's Stevenson.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Completes it to Davis. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Shotgun snap and a give to Carter.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Thomas Morstead now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Another go-around now for the Patriot offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Now Jones. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you're probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
On second down, it's Harris. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
73 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now Jones on third down.
Setting up a screen for Stevenson.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. They hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York ready to go again offensively. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down, Mariota. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Mariota on first down. Escaping and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Lawrence Guy in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
They'll run on first down. Harris. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
An option handoff given to Harris.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. New England on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Time to give them credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one, because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
New England on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and forever. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Throwing, Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And the grab by Croft. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Mariota. And that is incomplete here. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw, Mariota. Flushed out right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Going for it, it's Carter. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To throw is Mariota. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Henry Anderson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now Mariota. And incomplete on the deep ball. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. He's going to air one out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late 4th quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally. This was still a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one. Whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Ashton Davis. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Jets, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.